All right, everyone, we are live. It's been 3+ weeks, I think. Let's go over Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right, before we actually do TA, I want to take a look at a couple indicators that I like to use on high time frame. The first is the 1050 MA cross. Pretty powerful on daily. As you can see, we bottomed, got the cross, and ever since we've had a bull run. We've had the bear cross. Let's see what we get here. Ideally, we chop around, get another bull cross, and then we can, move up. If not, we probably chop, and we might break down a little further. Let's see what TA says, but just wanted to point that out. We do have a bear cross on daily time frame on the 1050 MA. Weekly still looks fine. We've been testing it. We had the weekly bullish cross way back here in 23 of March. Ever since, we've been holding the weekly retest. It's here, everywhere. If you do get it, currently it's at 85.5K. Weekly looks fine. Daily is where we do have the worry with the bear cross. Next one I want to take a look at is the yearly pivots. And when we look at the yearly pivots, I want to take a look at two different ways. Something I love doing is using Haganashi candles for trading, to be honest. Especially on high time frames. It's just more accurate in my opinion. Just take a look at this. I told everyone, this is why we're going bearish until we break out over 109.4K on a weekly close. We're pretty much bearish. I'm not saying we're going to go all the way down here and test 70K at the yearly pivot, but if we do, this is where you want to definitely long it. But again, we're not going to get here unless World War III or something crazy happens, right? I think we just consolidate here and then eventually break out. So on weekly time frame, or even if you want to zoom in on daily and take a look, every time we've gotten over, even on daily time frame, we had a daily close here, every time we've rejected it. If we can get one and we hold it, then we can target much higher. 148K is the next yearly pivot, but until then, I think we just honestly chop, especially with it being summer. Maybe August, September, we break out. So till then, let's see what we get. But that's on the Haganashi candles. Let's take a quick look at the regular candles and see what we get. We held the test on, actually, let's just take a look at it monthly. We held the test of 80K, the yearly pivot on super high time frame. Next is 121.7K, and you can see all the way to R5, which is at 274K. Who knows if you get all the way here by the end of the year? I highly doubt it. R2 is what I'm currently targeting, 149, basically 150K. But obviously we got to get over R1 first. And then again, on Haganashi candlesticks, it's a little bit different. Just wanted to point that out. And then the last indicator I want to take a look at is my favorite trend indicator is the cloud on double settings. On weekly, we're completely fine. We had the bull cross way back here in June 23 at 26K area. Retest, bullish, sideways, popped up, sideways, popped up. Now let's see what we get. Every time we've tested the weekly Kijun support, we tested it here, we popped. We tested here, we popped. So we should hold it. We definitely don't want to get below 93.3, 93.4K, which is the weekly Tenkan right here in blue. Because if we do, we're likely to go lower to the weekly right here. Weekly looks completely fine. daily is what I'm currently worried about. I do not want this to get a bearish cross or the red gets over the blue line. Definitely don't want that. On top of that, on daily, we also have this 1050 bear cross as well. So if you kind of roll over here like this, cloud support on daily time frame is basically at 93.3k, which is also the weekly, right here, to test the weekly Tenkin. Let's see what we get. There's a lot of downside, I would say, easy towards the downside versus upside in my opinion at the moment, because it's summer, it's kind of slow. I don't really think we have a bullish summer like everyone's kind of expecting. Would love for us to be wrong. Hopefully we hold daily and we pump. If we do get a bear cross, then yeah, we're going to be looking to test the cloud. Definitely don't want that. And obviously if we get under daily cloud, that's going to be really, really bad. Definitely don't want that either. Now that we looked at some indicators, let's go actually look at some TA. So something I want to point out, we actually hit about, since we did the last video, or around the time we did the last video, we actually hit our weekly target for the longs from way down here, right? Which was 111.1k, right? And we actually got to almost 112k. So we actually hit this target. So, and we have a bear div on super high time frames and stuff like that as well. But as long as we are, and we also hit our downside target right here, right? When we were bearish, we're like, as long as price is underneath this line, we're going at least down to this line. We tested it, held it, retested it right here, and popped up. So we're basically kind of just range bound, to be honest, right now, in between here. So this is my weekly time frame. Weekly is basically telling us to stay long right now over 90k. Daily is telling us to stay long over 84.4k. Daily TP for current longs are at 113.7k, and weekly is at 163.674k. Any closes on weekly time frame underneath this pink line is worrying for me, and would be an exit signal for any longs that we caught from way down here, because then we're looking for support to hold. I don't know if it's going to hold or not, or rather it test support, it hold, and we get confirmation, and then look for longs again. So any high time frame closes underneath this pink line, which is at 99.7k, is bearish for me on high time frame. Let's look at daily time frame. Still, this is the box to break out over. Breakout. We test a little bit lower. Maybe we sweep this again right here. This level. That would be great. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but as long as we're underneath this white line, we're going lower. At the moment, we are over. This is the little resistance on daily to get over as well. So if we break through, that's obviously bullish. But again, as long as we stay underneath here, we're going lower, in my opinion. So we could easily, just kind of roll over like this and then pump. All right. So let's see what we get. 4 hours is what looks weird, but as long as we hold over this yellow line on 4 hours, we're actually fine. And we keep testing 4 hour resistance, so we're looking to actually break out of it. So on 4 hours, we are looking pretty bullish. I don't know if we will break out or not, but on 4 hours, things are looking pretty good. Currently keep testing resistance, so obviously we're going to break it and probably get some sort of a bullish breakout. I just don't want that to end up in something like this, or we just roll over. So as long as we don't get something weird like that where we stall after we break out, I think we'll be fine. Let's see what this week brings us on lower time frame. Super low time frame. We already hit a bunch of our targets because we had a bunch of internal LGs that we were working at. This was our first target, then this, and currently we actually tested this one perfectly, and that's where we currently rejected, and that's where we currently sit at actually. So we break this resistance on 30 minutes, and then we have another one right here to get through on at least lower time frame. That's basically my view on Bitcoin. Ideally, we chop around and break out. If not, we do break out here. Maybe we chop, make a little low, and then pop, and then take off. But high time frame, we're bullish. Mid to low time frame, neutral to bearish. So let's see what we get. We're basically range bound, like I said, on super high time frame. Over this pink line, bullish. Under this pink line, bearish, is TLDR on high time frame. Let's look at Ethereum now. I'm not sure if I've actually updated my Ethereum chart. Okay, so on Ethereum, we actually just retested our level to stay long on daily time frame, over 2170, right? And then basically 2.2k is also the level to hold on weekly time frame, or it'll be bearish, and that's exactly where we bounced right here. Looks like a little nice low in the making. As long as this low holds, I actually think we're going to get pretty bullish on Ethereum and hit way up here. If not, maybe we go a little bit lower, test a little bit lower, and still retest support, and support holds, and then pop a little bit later. So maybe even something like this, right? This would be not fun. And then kind of like break out or something like that. So let's see what we get. Once we get over this level, 2605 on weekly time frame, we're definitely testing 3K plus. On daily time frame, I don't know if we're going to go to daily support way down here and test it. We could easily just overcome this level and get higher and test a bunch of this resistance. We actually have a lot of resistance on daily time frame on Ethereum to get through. So it's going to be kind of hard to just smash through all three of these. Same thing with Bitcoin. 4 hours is bearish, but as long as we're over this blue or yellow dotted line, we are actually not bearish on 4 hours. And currently that's where we're basically keep testing it, and we're holding it the last basically 48 plus hours. I would say since Friday's close, we've been holding it. So 4 hours actually looks fine. And 4 hour target is still all the way up here at 3050, right? So if we hold this level, we're likely going to test up here. Let's see what we get on 4 hours. 30 minutes, we have some other new levels since we hit a few other lower level targets up here. These are basically it. If you actually want these targets and charts and stuff like that, it's all in Discord. Definitely come check it out and join us. I'm not sure if I really want to go through any alts. I mean, I would say, okay, if you want to look at Solana looks pretty bullish to me. It held a high time frame support, mid time frame support, and it is back now over. It made a higher low, right here. This was low, higher low, and like I said, as long as it holds over this green line at $143.36, it's actually super bullish to 250 plus. Again, can it roll over and go lower and retest support? Yes, but I don't know. Looks pretty bullish to me. As long as we hold over 143.36, I actually like Solana, and it looks bullish to me. So that's what I think about Solana. TLDR. For AVAX, let's see. I would actually just wait, to be honest. There's a bunch of resistance on daily for AVAX to get over. If we get over this 21.63 line, that's where I would look for longs for $231. Nice 40% plus move. So I'm just kind of chilling on AVAX for now. Lower time frame, we do have some longs on AVAX. 4 hours is pretty bullish. We have this little nice long on 4 hours as well on AVAX. Everything else is just obviously FARTCOIN, and this is a level that FARTCOIN needs to actually reclaim in order to make another high. Is, let's say $1.18 is bullish all the way to $1.73 if it can get over, and then hype obviously is bullish. It's hype, and then PopCat is another one that was actually looking pretty good. It still didn't hit our target of 84 cents. I was hoping we do this because I would love to long that, but looks like it might be just making a nice little low right here and just pop to our target instead. If we do reclaim this level right here, I'll actually look for a nice scalp to these two levels. Nice little wiggly plan. This is our levels, right, on super low time frame. We keep testing it, and this is where we're going next. 33 cents, and then on 30 minutes, as long as we hold 32 cents, there's a move. It's a nice move. I actually have alerts. Let me make sure I have alerts on it. No, I do. But anyways, all these charts are in the Discord. If you're interested, come check it out. It's posted on my Twitter. That's about it. We'll definitely be covering more alts next week. But for now, that will be it. See you guys next week. Bye.